Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with a bonus edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between DeMolition and DrSleep on Ulrena. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is DeMolition. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is DrSleep. So this is a Platinum versus Platinum game for MidRank Madness. It was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. with the subject of MidRank Madness. If it comes in with that subject, I will send it to my screeners. They will find the best ones and send them back. And sometimes there are more than one very good replays. Is more than one very good replay? Anyway, there's more than one to choose from, and sometimes I like to cast a couple. So this is your bonus third cast of today. It's going to be a MidRank Madness between DeMolition and DrSleep. All right, so here we go. Terran versus Protoss. Again, a very good matchup, a very volatile matchup. Protoss really wants to get off gateway units as fast as possible, as Marines and Marauders tend to absolutely destroy them. So that is a tip for you guys in the lower levels. If you're Protoss, don't go Zealot, Stalker, Adept, Sentry against Terran. You will lose. You will die so darn fast, because Marauders and Marines do excellent against all of those units, especially now that the Adept has been nerfed to not 2-shot Marines anymore, but 3-shot them. It makes such a huge difference. So, you want to get to Immortals, you want to get to Archons, you want to get to Templar, you want to get to things like Phoenix or Void Rays, Tempest, depending on what you want to do very quickly. Tempests are also very good against Liberators, which is something you might see here from DeMolition. A little bit of some harassment from both of these players. SCV trying to do stuff, trying to block a base, and no, abruptly changes his mind, as DrSleep doesn't actually have the minerals required to expand there. But that's okay. If you want to make your Terran opponent think you're doing that, that's just fine. It looks like, however, DeMolition wants to expand, as he's waiting for the requisite. No, just kidding. He did actually get an engineering bay up and a barracks. And, oh, the engineering bay is here. This is blocking an attempted expand from DrSleep. Once again, I'm not sure that DrSleep is doing anything but sticking on one base here, so I don't know how effective this is going to be, but engineering bay there anyway. Orbital command being upgraded at this command center. Double barracks here as well. Nothing actually coming out of these guys. A pro tip, you definitely want to have some stuff coming out of your barracks. If you have two, that means you're going barracks units, so have them building something. You have additional supply, you have additional money, you might as well make some Marines out of these, but I guess if you're concerned about Micro with the SCV, did he cancel that? He must have canceled it. As it became clear, the Protoss wasn't actually intending on going for that second base. Whoa, double Stargate from DrSleep. That is an interesting play. Void Rays maybe. I said Void Ray earlier, and I said that's a dumb unit. Nobody makes Void Rays anymore. Although we have seen some good use of Void Rays in PvZ recently, especially against Scarlet. I don't know what it is, man, but those Scarlet replays, the Protoss that she plays against on the Korean ladder, seem to like to go Void Ray against whatever she's doing, and it tends to work fairly well. I'm not going to spoil anything, but man, Void Rays made a comeback for a bit there on the channel. I'm not sure if I've cast any since then, but still, a bit of a surprise to see those. So, DrSleep, you have some choices here, friend. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, it is Void Ray. All right, DrSleep, representing Pimp, is going for Void Rays here. One Void Ray. Anyway, does he have enough for another one quite yet? No, it's hard to afford this off of one base, which is why he is getting a second Nexus, and especially getting that assimilator going. He needs so much gas to support this habit, as Void Rays do cost 150 gas each. That's 300 gas per pair. Dang, they are expensive. All right, throwing up a bunker here is DeMolition. He wants to be sure to be ready against anything that is coming his way, but little does he know, there is nothing right now. DrSleep has a mothership core and 25 probes. That's all. That's all that he has. It's 25 to 26 workers. DeMolition actually doesn't have much either. He has 3 Marauders. So, I guess if 3 Marauders went against a mothership core, how many buildings could they kill before the mothership core killed them, is the question of the day. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But here comes Void Ray number 1. It's really dangerous to send a Void Ray down, but unless there's really good anti-air, there is a missile turret coming up. It is on the way for DeMolition. Did he scan those Stargates? No, he did not. All right, but I guess just worried about drops or something nonetheless. There it is, Oracle perhaps, taking out the SCV. Oh, does get a cancel there. Missile turret pops up anyway as the secondary repair comes out from those SCVs, and they do save it. Void Ray using that prismatic alignment ability here. Such a good ability to gain +6 damage versus armored units, and that counts for refineries too, but it only lasts for 6 seconds. That's okay. DrSleep didn't need it any longer than that. Sniped off a gas from DeMolition. DeMolition is officially on 1 gas right now, which is not a great feeling. Only 2 workers on that too. Should probably get a 3rd one on there, my good friend. And there's a factory. So 3 racks into factory from DeMolition, and getting that extra Vespene gas very, very nicely is DrSleep. Fourth assimilator on the way. Are we just pumping Void Rays? We are just pumping Void Rays, man. These Marauders are in so much trouble, considering the fact that they're armored too. That prismatic alignment could burn through them like butter, but it seems like DrSleep doesn't even really need it, it turns out. So the Marauders are forced to head back home in shame. All they wanted to do was kill some stuff, but they can't shoot up. They can't point the rocket launchers on their arms up. What do they actually shoot? Punisher grenades. Ah, that reminds me of Daredevil. Daredevil Season 2 was not bad on Netflix. If you haven't seen that already, I recommend it. Pretty good stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. Pretty good, gritty Marvel comic things. Not as upbeat as you expect from like the Avengers or, you know, Ant-Man or some of the recent Marvel movies that have come out, but really, really well done. And just dark and realistic. I like it a lot. Void Rays bouncing back and forth, trying to see what they can kill. They don't really want to attack this bunker, but... Oh, prismatic alignment and being used. Man, that bunker died fast. That bunker died really fast. Get out of range of the missile turret. Run. Run. Oh, does snipe off a Void Ray. Woohoo. Hero missile turret there, man. That should not have happened. DrSleep, you got to pull those Void Rays back, man. They're being hit. Pull them back. Additional missile turrets being popped on up here. You know what you really need is Marines, and those are coming out too. I mean, not to say DeMolition is completely skipping them, but man, using that money on Marines might pay off a little bit better here. So... still double pumping SCVs, still double pumping probes. That is something that is so important to keep doing throughout the game. Keep working on that worker production. Keep making probes. Keep making supply depots. Don't get supply blocked. Get that economy up and running and spend that money. And that's it. Those are the 3 steps of StarCraft. Get workers, don't get supply blocked, and spend your money. And you're going to be okay. This is how you get out of platinum. This is how you get out of gold and popped up into the diamond levels, possibly even masters. It's just simply by macroing well and getting units. If you have more units than your opponent for the most part, you're going to be okay. I mean, a maxed out Zerg army or Zergling army isn't going to do well against a big old Marine Marauder ball, but in most cases, if you out macro your opponent, you're going to be just fine. So the Void Rays sneaking on in, going to take out supply depots and no add-ons, going for tech labs. Are there enough Marines to do this thing? Look out, Void Rays. No, run. Just get out. Running. Viking chasing them down too. Actually sniping these guys out fairly well. And might get another kill here. No, good job bringing the wounded one back. The Viking pops back on too. Both players being very circumspect in what they're deciding to do here, which I do appreciate. And just Void Rays, man. Void Rays all day, every day for DrSleep. 79 to 70 total supply here. Worker count is 42 to 45 in favor of DrSleep. And third Nexus on the way for DrSleep ahead of his opponent's attempt to go for a third base of his own. DeMolition does not seem to be attempting to do this at all. So he's going to push out with his Marines and his Marauders. Again, Marines very, very, very good against Void Rays, and that's all that that DrSleep has, which it is. I don't feel good for our Protoss player, so here we go. Pylon going to hold stuff off temporarily here. Could Photon overcharge that thing, actually, with the Mothership Core, and don't do it, don't do it. It's dead anyway. There we go. Didn't do it. Void Rays going to take down all of the Marines. First of all, the Viking running away too. Man, all those Marines are gone. Wow, that did not go well for DeMolition whatsoever. He needs some more Marines than that. I mean, Marines are good. I'm going to keep saying that. Marines are good for anti-air, but if you only have a handful of them, it's not going to go very well for you. This number of missile turrets is probably overkill in my professional estimation. Sure, it's effective. I'm not going to argue against that, but if you just kind of got rid of maybe still get rid of these two, I think you'd be just fine. Especially with Marine Viking support. And the Marines and Vikings can be used in an offensive capability as well, whereas the turrets are purely defensive. I understand the instinct here and the appeal of having a lot of static defense, but I don't know, not entirely necessary. Anyway, a Void Ray count is getting fairly high, 10 at this point, getting 1 out there, and going for extended thermal lance with disruptor production. I'm not sure what DrSleep is intending here, as this upgrade is specifically for Colossus and not for Disruptor. Perhaps he will start Colossus production now. And he's going a Forge, another Forge, going for those upgrades. Okay, upgrades are fantastic, as Stim is on the way here for the Terran player. And taking the sneaky gold base is DeMolition. Alright, I like to see this. No one ever takes this base, man. It is so hard to see this base taken. I have seen it a couple times, but man, it is so rare. So rare. However, DeMolition is living with it while expanding down here too. So actually a quick double expand here from DeMolition might get him back into this game, continuing with the Marine Viking Marauder count. That Marine count looking healthy as can be now. 31 workers, or 31 Marines rather. However, DrSleep's up 58 to 45 Harvesters, really macroing well and taking a 4th base as well. That does get scanned by DeMolition. He sees what's up, and he might want to try to go kill that thing. So +1 attack is here for the Marine, +1 armor on the way too. That extended thermal lance is still on the way while we see disruptors coming out of these robotics facilities. I don't know exactly what's going on, but that's okay. That's just fine. We can live with it. We'll see if this gets noticed by DeMolition at any point in the game. I'm going to highly doubt it, but if it is, I'll be very impressed with DrSleep, because nobody ever scouts that thing either. Stim just about to finish here. That's going to assist a lot in the DPS of these Marines, especially with medevac support to heal them back up. There are double pumping medevacs too. Excellent, excellent indeed. Going to drop and kill stuff. DeMolition, do it. Part 2. There it is. Flying there is part 1. Part 2 is landing and killing this thing. Can you get it with the stim? You might be able to get it before it finishes. There's the stim. And no, the Nexus is going to finish, but is it going to be canceled? No, doesn't get canceled. Coming over trying to save it. There's the photon overcharge, taking out 2 Marines, double shotting those guys, getting rid of the, almost got rid of the medevac there, sniping down a single zealot that came over to defend this thing, and it is going to die. And there it goes. There goes the Nexus. A lot of Marines died to make that thing happen, but they are proud to serve their country. Mothership Core doesn't need to die either. Double photon overcharge. Any energy left on this thing? No. About 17, 18, 19 magic points left, or rather, that's not magic. That is mana? I guess it's mana. Void Ray count, 12. Heading on down to try to kill stuff. Oh, and the missile turrets actually might come in handy here. Doing fairly well. No, they're all gone. They're dead. And here come the Marines. Huge Marine ball. Look at that stutter step micro taking out a Void Ray immediately. Fleeing to the safety of not in range of the Marines are the Void Rays. Man, they died so fast there. So darn fast there. Man, +1/+1 Marines with stims. So darn good against air. Excellent. Excellent against air. Good choice by DeMolition to continue along this path. Alrighty then, now some good disruptor hits might be enough to take those guys down though. How's the scouting been so far? DeMolition does not know there are disruptors on the ground. He has no idea what there are except for Void Rays, which is why he's continuing to pump out Marines 9 at a time, mind you, 9 at a time. Also getting that +2 attack for the infantry weapons, +2 ground weapons, and +2 armor coming up for DrSleep. And there are the Colossus. Okay, so finally some Colossus coming out. Interesting play from DrSleep as well. He's going to force a lot of Marines using the Void Rays, and then maybe pop out with some disruptor shots, some Colossus, and win the game. Maybe he's playing some mind games with DeMolition at this point. That would be fun. That'd be really, really fun. 58 to 58 total workers here, and this gold base up and running for our friend DeMolition. The gold is coming in, helping out the income quite a bit. And going through this little narrow choke is always a scary thing. It's on both sides of the map, so if you want to attack your opponent through the shortest distance possible, you have to walk through this thing, which is really scary because usually your opponent is going to have a nice concave up here or down here and just murder you as you walk through. So most players will come over and just go ahead and take down these rocks. See, like this. No big deal. Take down these rocks, maybe try a drop at the same time. Observer sees this happening though. The question is, did DrSleep see this though? And the observer did show it on his minimap. But whether he was looking at it and saw what it was or not is another question. DeMolition is maxed out with all the Marines on Earth. 105 Marines, 2 Marauders, and a Viking. And here they come. They have vengeance on their minds. They want to atone for the deaths of all those missile turrets in the main base. Taking out pylons. You pylons are so mean. Get out of here. Disruptors are a little overeager here, saying, ooh, we can do a lot of damage to this thing. Ready, set, disruptor shots, go. Oh, burning right on in. What is happening? No! DrSleep, did you just... So that didn't go well for DrSleep. Oh, that hurt. That hurt me so much. I don't main Protoss. I don't have any special love for Protoss in my heart, but when you have that many disruptors in Colossus and you just walk into a giant marine ball and get eaten for breakfast and lose like 150 supply in 3.8 seconds, it is painful. That was brutal, man. Okay. So DeMolition did what he was supposed to do. Got up a big old army, came to kill the opponent. I feel like if DrSleep hadn't completely fallen asleep there, he could have gotten some good purification novas off, killed a large groups a large group or two or three or four of these Marines. The Colossus might be able to clean stuff up too with some help from the Zealots. There's a nice drop back here by Demolition though, so don't count him out what it could do in the main base, but man, that hurt. Protoss fans, I hope you averted your eyes when you saw that coming because that was painful. Okay. All right. So again, I liked what DrSleep tried to do. I just don't know if he got up to get a drink when the important moment came or if he was checking his phone for texts or what. But man, don't text in StarCraft, you guys. Bad things happen. All right. So that's it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another bonus edition of MidRank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Inshallah, adu. Ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. back to me.